Okay, let's just start with a question. If you, like basically everyone, have spent years thinking that preventing a heart attack means obsessively checking your cholesterol and avoiding saturated fat like the plague, what if I told you that might be completely wrong?
It's a huge mental shift, isn't it? Because we've all been trained to picture our arteries like old plumbing, slowly clogging up over decades.
Right, the slow, inevitable buildup.
But the data just doesn't really support that as the main story. What we're seeing now is that the vast majority of these catastrophic events, we're talking 80, maybe even up to 91% of heart attacks and strokes, they're not caused by that pipe getting a little narrower.
No, the real culprit is,
Yeah.
well, it's way more dramatic. It's a blood clot.
Yeah.
A sudden, massive, catastrophic blood clot that just slams the door shut.
Exactly. And that's our mission for this deep dive, right? We want to unpack the perfect storm that creates these incredibly dangerous clots. We're going to break down the 3 ingredients that have to be there.
And then, the best part, we're going to build the ultimate meal to fight back against the whole system.
Let's do it. So to understand the problem, you first have to understand how clotting is supposed to work.
The good kind of clotting, like when I, inevitably slice my finger chopping onions for dinner.
Yes. Your body sends out the emergency crew, a clot forms, stops the bleeding, and then in a few minutes or hours, it dissolves. It's a temporary patch. Mission accomplished.
So it's supposed to be a neat, tidy little process.
Very. But what we see in a heart attack is something else entirely. It's not a neat patch. It's more like, and this is the best analogy I've heard, dense matted strings of hardened spaghetti.
Hardened spaghetti, seriously.
It sounds funny, but it's a perfect description. This dysfunctional clot is so thick, so tangled and hard that your body's own dissolving agents they can't break it down. They bounce right off.
Wait, so how does a normal, helpful process turn into a spaghetti monster inside your arteries? It sounds like something has to go terribly wrong.
It does. It takes a specific recipe for disaster, and it almost always starts with ingredient number 1, the leak.
A leak. So the problem doesn't even start in the artery itself. You're saying there's like a security breach somewhere else.
Precisely. Usually in the lining of your gums or more often your gut. There's a tiny rupture.
And what's leaking out?
Something called an endotoxin. Now, don't get bogged down by the name. Just picture a bad bacteria, like a little burglar. The endotoxin is just a tiny fragment of its coat, a piece of its outer wall that it leaves behind.
Like a chemical fingerprint?
Perfect. And here's the kicker. It only takes the most microscopic, tiniest amount of that endotoxin to flip the switch, to turn a normal, helpful clot into that hardened spaghetti monster.
Whoa.
And when scientists analyze the soft plaque found in arteries, they find that exact endotoxin right there at the scene of the crime. It's the smoking gun.
So the big question is, what's causing the leak? What are we doing that's breaking down our own security walls?
Oh, we're doing plenty. It's a list of the usual suspects, really. Things like gluten, if you're sensitive, definitely alcohol and smoking. But also corrosive seed oils.
The kind in almost all ultra-processed foods.
Exactly. They literally cause like a rusting effect on our tissues. Add in refined sugars that feed the bad microbes, and then common medications, NSAIDs, antibiotics. They can all damage that delicate lining.
So the leak is the spark. But a spark needs fuel to become a fire, right?
And that brings us to ingredient number 2, excess free iron.
Iron. I thought iron was good for us, for energy, for our blood.
It is, but your body is incredibly strict about how it handles iron. And here's why.
Yeah.
While we need oxygen to live, those dangerous pathogens, the ones making the endotoxins, they live on iron. It's their food.
So there's a constant war going on inside of us for iron.
An absolute resource war. And the key word here is free iron. If you have too much of it just floating around unbound, you are literally handing over high-octane fuel to the enemy. It wakes up dormant microbes and just supercharges the whole inflammatory clotting process.
Which explains why people with certain genetic issues that make them store too much iron are at such high risk. But for the rest of us, where are we getting this bad free iron from?
That's the crucial part. The body is great at handling the iron you get from, say, red meat or liver. That's called heme iron. It's easy to use. The problem is non-heme iron.
And where is that found?
It's the kind they use to fortify foods. Think breakfast cereals, bread, pasta.
Wait, the healthy, fortified whole grain stuff.
I know, it's ironic, isn't it? The body has a really hard time regulating the absorption of that type of iron, so more of it ends up free.
Yeah.
Same goes for the cheap iron in most generic one-a-day multivitamins.
Unbelievable. So someone thinks they're being healthy with their fortified cereal and their multivitamin, but they're just...
Stocking the enemy's pantry. And I'd add, be careful with old cast iron skillets and remember that alcohol also increases the amount of free iron in your system.
So we have the leak, which is the spark. We have the iron, which is the fuel. What's the last piece? What lights the match?
Ingredient number 3, the accelerator. And that is stress.
I think we all expected stress to be on the list, but how does it work here? It's not just about raising blood pressure, is it?
No, it's much more direct. The hormones released during stress, like adrenaline and cortisol, they're the turbocharger. They do something absolutely terrifying.
Which is?
They temporarily shut down your immune system.
So the security guards just go home.
They clock out. And with the guards gone, those microbes can grow wildly, feast on all that free iron you've given them, and push the clotting system into absolute overdrive.
I read a statistic on this that I could barely believe about severe emotional distress.
It's staggering, isn't it? The data shows that a severe emotional shock, like the death of a spouse, can increase your risk of dying from a heart attack by, wait for it, up to 2,000%.
2,000. That's not a small number. That's a direct, almost immediate physiological reaction.
It's the perfect storm in action. The leak, the fuel, and the accelerator all coming together at once.
Okay, so now that we know the enemy, and it's not cholesterol, let's talk about the counterattack, the culinary solution.
Right. And forget the old low-fat, low-cholesterol playbook. Our new mission is simple. Starve the pathogens, bind the iron, and thin the blood.
Let's build the meal. Starting with protein. We need something low in iron, but high in defensive power.
The clear winner here is wild-caught salmon. It's lower in iron than red meat, which is great, but its real superpower is being packed with omega-3 fatty acids,
which are famously anti-inflammatory.
And they're amazing blood thinners, so that's our base.
Okay, next up, the salad. The salad of champions, you called it. This is where we bring in a secret weapon.
Nitric oxide. It's a super powerful anti-clotting compound that your body makes, and it also helps relax your blood vessels to lower blood pressure.
And we can get it from food.
Absolutely. The two champions are arugula. It's the highest source paired with beets, which are number 2. That combination is a massive boost for your arteries.
I love it. Okay, protein salad base. Now we need to deal with that free iron, the iron police.
Let's call them the iron binders. And for that, we use polyphenols. Drench that arugula and beet salad in extra virgin olive oil. It's loaded with polyphenols that literally seek out and bind to free iron, taking it out of circulation.
Plus, it's anti-inflammatory. And what about plugging the leak that started this whole mess?
For that, a little apple cider vinegar in the dressing. It helps tighten up the junctions in your gut lining. And then you toss in a lot of fresh garlic.
The classic pathogen fighter.
A powerful one. And it's also a natural blood thinner, so it's doing double duty.
Okay, this is a seriously strategic meal. But what about the endotoxin itself? The trigger. How do we neutralize it?
For that, you need good bacteria, specifically lactic acid bacteria. You get this from fermented foods. A side of sauerkraut is perfect.
Or kombucha. Or even just pickle juice.
Exactly. These good bacteria act like little sponges. They bind directly to the endotoxin fragments and neutralize them before they can cause any trouble.
Incredible. So, just to be safe, any final additions to make sure every last bit of that bad iron is taken care of?
Yes. A nice cup of green or black tea with your meal. Also packed with more of those iron-binding polyphenols.
And you're not going to deny us dessert, are you?
Absolutely not, as long as it's a very dark chocolate, 85 on 90% cacao.
Because of the polyphenols.
That, plus it's loaded with magnesium. Magnesium is absolutely critical for the heart. It balances calcium. It can help with things like atrial fibrillation. And it's fantastic for lowering blood pressure.
So we have the perfect meal. But you mentioned one last thing. A post-meal secret weapon to amplify all of it.
Yes. This is non-negotiable. You have to combine the meal with movement. A simple 10 to 20-minute walk after you eat.
And you said something specific about how to breathe during the walk.
Nasal breathing. Breathing through your nose naturally boosts your production of nitric oxide, that same amazing anti-clotting compound from the arugula and beets.
So you get a double dose.
A double dose. Plus, the walk itself helps dissolve any tiny clots that might be forming. It balances your blood sugar from the meal, and it floods your system with oxygen. It's the synergy of the food and the movement that really protects you.
That's a powerful combination. It really reframes the whole conversation.
It does. And if free iron is truly the fuel for disaster, then understanding the quiet, powerful effects of magnesium on your heart is the key to preventing the ignition.